Hello everybody, I am The Worm, and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. ReFantazio. Because it's not ReFantazio, it's ReFantazio. Yes. Alright. Last time I recorded a little extra episode in which I decided to go back and punch a dragon, and we successfully did that. And then we had a little memorandum roundup, because I had,
What now?
that took a bit longer than I had anticipated, because I realized there were multiple pages, so that was kind of funny. And so now we are ready to move on.
What now?
Also, upon loading in, I made a kind of funny discovery. I don't know if I said this last time in the episode where the previous episode. We fought the dragon, we got this sword, and I don't know if I said this out loud, but I think I misread the name. For some reason, I looked at this, and I think what I said, or at least in my mind what I read, was Dragon's Indigestion. But no, that's not what this is called. This is called the Dragon's Indignation, which is a much more, that's a much more intimidating name for a weapon than Indigestion. Although I did think it was kind of funny to have a weapon with indigestion in the title. So that was a kind of funny discovery for me. Yeah. And to put things into perspective, as of the time of recording this episode, I'm not sure when this episode will come out, but today was the first day of this Let's Play going public. So the first episode was released, and so it's the first time I've actually gotten any feedback, and I gotta say I appreciate the comments that I've seen. It does feel good to want to record. You know, as I mentioned in the first episode, I was feeling burnt out, I had been taking a break, and so yeah, as I said, actually looking forward to recording, to playing this game. It's good to actually feel that sensation again. So, thanks for the kind words, everyone, and I'm glad to be back at it. And yeah, as this shows, I do like to... Normally at the start of my Let's Plays, I do like to record a few episodes in advance, just to make sure... you know, in case anything happens, I do have a kind of buffer so that, you know, I'll have time to make up if I'm unable to record for an extended period of time. Basically, that's all. So, yeah. Okay, let's talk to our fellows here. And then let's get ready to head to the capital, because we have an important mission. What's up, Gallica?
Time for bed. Time for bed.
How you feeling, Stroll?
Well, nonetheless.
Interesting. So, is that it? Now that one particular royal guard. We did see that cutscene previously. I think he's referring to the redhead we saw.
Well,
I think that's everything. Yeah. Let's rest. Oh, we're here again.
Huh?
Are we gonna be here every time
I'm
we fall
pretty
asleep?
Sure, I fell asleep.
Well, then it's just as I thought. While you're asleep, our connection is much stronger. You wield your magic with ever more confidence. Splendid. As I mentioned previously, the archetype grows and develops anew through encounters with others. Look for those bearing the nobility and presence of the heroes and kings of old. More virtuous than the weight of any crown or medal is the burden you place on your own path forward. The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights. One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies. Only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive, mindful, and strategic. Only then can you emerge victorious. When you feel unsure how to proceed, I recommend you stop, assess your surroundings, and think. The smallest observation is often our greatest inspiration. Well, it's almost dawn. I will be watching with great anticipation. Until we meet again.
Okay.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. 4 days remain.
Water's Day.
Good.
King's funeral, yeah. Okay. Yeah, a part of me is wondering sort of the scope of this game. Because in a few ways it still feels very tutorial-like, and this is just the demo. I'm very curious when I get to the end of this, and I have no idea how long that's going to be, but when I get to the end of this, what percentage of the game am I going to be done with? I don't necessarily want that answer, but I just have to wonder, because, again, I don't know much about this, and I've not played the Persona games or the SMT games, so I don't know how long these normally are. I can imagine us attempting to assassinate Luis. I mean, unless this is something like this whole Luis attacking or killing the king, maybe that could and us killing him and helping the prince, maybe that's kind of a mini introductory arc. And then maybe there's going to be a bigger bad afterward. Something else. Or maybe what I think is more likely, actually, is I don't think we're going to be able to kill Luis. I mean, that would be too easy. But again, I don't know what's in store. And part of that's kind of, that's part of the excitement, not knowing what to expect. I mean, because are we thinking Luis has been hyped up so much since the very opening cutscene before you even start the game. Are they really going to do away with him so quickly, or, you know, is there going to be a bigger bad behind him? Very curious.
Let's go. Great.
Let's do this.
Escaping the dragon's threat in the Nord mines, the party shakes their pursuers amidst the discovery of great powers. To make up for lost time, they risk hiring a coach to secret them the rest of the way to the capital.
I still can't believe Klinger got away.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. 2 days remain.
That's just madness.
Finally, we found a ride. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Luis zealots too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort. Sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change.
Yeah, no kidding. Both did well. I holding up. I mean, I kind of want to say all three of these things. I'm gonna ask how he's holding up, because I mean, he did have that revelation with. Turns out Klinger was responsible for not sending reinforcements to his village, and yeah. Or maybe I should just be more reassuring. Say we both did well. Let's be more reassuring. We both did well.
We both did well to make it out.
Yes, we certainly did.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say that counts more for Stroll than us, Gallica. Although we weren't, Colm and Gallica were ignorant of humans, I think. So yeah, it has been. I mean, if I saw that first monster when they walked into the fort, I mean, I don't know how I'd react, but I certainly wouldn't be able to handle myself as well as they did.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Yeah, so we're just... He said we're gonna be able to hide amongst the crowd because it's gonna be a big crowd, but I don't know, man. I do not think this is gonna end well. Oh?
Milady.
Halberd bearer.
Welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
She looks familiar.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king's death. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures. 'Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the guard that's changed the most. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned.
Really? And who is that going to be?
After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains.
So I'm guessing that is the redhead we saw in the cutscene.
Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind, the magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Okay.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
We've made it inside. That's good.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine boredom's the worst we need to worry about.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there.
Here we go.
That's terribly unfair.
Yeah, so I mean, she was clearly the redhead. She was clearly younger in the cutscene, had shorter hair. And she said she was on the search. Would she have been searching for the prince? Considering she was a knight that was guarding him on that fateful night.
That's terribly unfair.
I mean, she looks like she could be companion material if I had to guess.
That's terribly unfair.
What's up, Stroll?
Now then. That's terribly unfair.
You're just gonna stand? Oh no.
That's terribly unfair.
It's interesting.
The Grand Cathedral, what?
Hey, guy. Oh. Okay, so interesting. Even following us around, our companions will sometimes have stuff to say.
All right then.
Well, let's explore a bit. Let's see
Let's not.
what we can see. Oh my.
Hey!
Is he alright? What's wrong with him? Oh my goodness, look at his eyes. Cities full of brain-sick unfortunates like him. I mean, that is somewhat horrifying to look at. I mean, no one's freaking out about it, but yeah.
Ugh, come off it.
Well, sorry.
That's terribly unfair.
Horde of Gaborns. I don't think we've run into those yet.
Incredible.
Whatever will I
Alright
do?
Hey,
Oh, we're not allowed to explore right now.
hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Okay, okay.
That's terribly unfair. Aha.
I mean... Sure. Well, okay, we gambled and we won. He doesn't seem to be
That's terribly unfair.
that prejudiced against us.
Just pathetic.
Alright, so I don't think we've been to this part of the city before. Let's see what Sunshade Row is like. So that lady, Lady Knight,
Don't give it tossies, King. I just want some coin.
she was a Roussant, I believe, with the ears, and if I'm recalling from the memorandum correctly... Oh, I see more brain sick people, was it?
Got it.
Wow, Gria's just left us in the dust, huh? What was I saying? The Lady Knight, female Roussant, and so if we remember from the memorandum, that in that particular tribe, the women are stronger than the men, so she could be a pretty heavy hitter, sounds like. I'm reminded also, when we first came to town, there was that Parapus lady. I wonder if that could be that certainly looked like she had a unique enough of a design to be involved with us later. Hello, tired man.
Need something.
Yep. Same kind of disease. Hard to tell just yet. The last Nydia. Compass Man. Oh my goodness, you have art.
Hey.
Where's one sure to find the kind-hearted in this country? Your eyes are quite something. Here?
That's right. Well,
Some bee place.
yeah.
Yeah, for a second I thought his in his artwork, I thought the eyes were completely blue, but then you could sort of see he does have there are some whites in his eyes, so it looked a bit freaky for a second. Yeah, this person has it too. I'm guessing it's some kind of magic, Magla related disease or something. Let's look at the map of this place. Oh my. There's actually quite a lot to look around here.
Got a moment?
Oh, never mind. We can't look around yet.
All right, then.
Idiot peasants.
Come on!
Man, it sucks that even in the what I suppose are the slums of the city, we can't catch a break.
Crowd on this street looks pretty rough.
Watch out for pickpockets. You can bet they'll all see you as an easy mark.
Yeah, but we have weapons. He has a big broadsword on his back. You think they'll mess with us? Kurt Man.
Hey there.
What do you mean? Okay, at least there's one sympathetic person. Oh, hey, Grius.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Sounds like as long as we've Grius, we should have an easy time. Relatively easy time. I guess since we're in a safe place, may as well save.
This place.
Got it.
You're back.
Oh my.
Papa! Welcome home!
Papa. Well, Grius. Seems you've, Well, let's not make an assumption first. Let's see.
Well, hello, my Maria. I trust you've been staying out of trouble. These are, well, new recruits. Just enlisted.
I did, you know, this brings up a question that I had been thinking about a little while back. I'm not sure I've said it aloud while recording just yet. But I do wonder what the, you know, are there such a thing as half-breeds? Or, you know, intertribal relations? If you catch my drift? Because this little girl has wings. And again, I think I caught a conversation in the city where they're called Ixia or something like that. And Grius is a Roag. So, you know, what can we learn from this? You know, is
So young. It's good to meet you. I'm Fabienne. This inn is my business and my home. Manners, Maria.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm wasting away over here. Where's my order?
Maria, could you handle that?
Yes, right away.
You're back sooner than I thought. Something happened.
Something bad. Barely any survivors.
I see.
I didn't know Grius had a daughter.
Well, we did kind of just meet the man, Stroll. We're not gonna get someone's life story immediately.
I know I've already asked so much of you, but Would you mind looking after Maria a little while longer?
Of course. It wouldn't be the honeybee without her. Now, as for the rest of you, after braving the frontiers with this curmudgeon, I'm sure you would welcome a warm supper.
Man, I can't help but be a little bit worried. So clearly Maria helps out in the inn, and this is a rough part of town. I mean, clearly, we just heard it said that Grius, a lot of people in this area, Grius has been a fixture in this area before, and they have a good opinion of him. So, if it's known that Maria has some relation with him, then hopefully that means she's safe, but you know, just wandering through the alleys to this place did not paint a very good picture of the area, but, you know, it looks like things are going all right.
Once we're done, we'll head upstairs.
It's so good.
Oh, spicy. I can't feel my tongue.
Oh, pipe down and eat, boy.
That was delicious, especially the meat. I wasn't expecting it to have such a kick, but it grows on you fast.
Red grass roasted beedou. Bird meat. One of her hometown specialities. She's risked a lot to shelter me and to help the resistance. I owe her more than I can say.
You said we were short-handed, but are we really the only ones?
I know we've plenty of independent agents fighting in their own ways, but it seems none could avail themselves to us, which means we're the only ones who can do this.
Still, killing Luis. That's not going to be an easy feat.
Grius, do you have a plan? Fill us in.
Midway through the funeral, in broad daylight. That's insane.
Well, alright.
It's risky, to be sure, but we'll never find a better chance at confronting the man directly. Don't worry. I'll be the only one getting close to him. I'll need you to draw Luis's attention from a different location. All I need is an opening. And don't rely on your fancy powers for this, alright? It'll attract too much attention. Killing a man and slaying a beast are two very different things. This is all I need.
I mean, I hope that's true.
You're joking. You and that kitchen knife against an archmage. Isn't there anything we can do to help?
Yeah, you'd think... Well, again, I'm pretty convinced this isn't going to work. But hoping that it does, I mean, wouldn't you think he had some additional protection?
No, you just get in the way. Besides, this kitchen knife can slit his throat like the swine he is. A fast kill, if not a clean one. It's nothing I've not done before. Give me my opening, and the man's dead.
Okay, and then what happens after that? How do you get away? Or is that not part of the mission? I mean, I have doubts, but I'm not gonna voice them.
Does Fabienne know about this?
Of course she does, boy. That woman's made of tougher stuff than you or I will ever be. One last thing. Keep Maria company a while, would you? The girl gets lonely on her own.
Aren't you at least going to tuck her in?
You've got to prepare tonight. Too much still needs doing. And best that it's done as far from her as possible.
And there's his fatherly side, I suppose. Sorry, but I'm going to bed early. I need a full night's rest if I don't want to be a liability.
Well, we've all been short on time to ourselves, but I'd feel bad leaving Maria all alone. Shall we go check in on her? At least?
Well, if Stroll's going right to bed, I suppose we can babysit.
Look at that.
Hey.
All right. Chicken coop. How about that? Chickens exist in this world. Good to know. Hello, Fabienne.
Please enjoy your stay.
Hey!
Hello, Maria.
Did you need something?
How about we play a game?
I was thinking we could play a game.
Play a game? But it's already nighttime. Oh, I just remembered. Papa said you have a strange book, and that I should ask to see it.
You like books, huh?
Well, I haven't ever seen one before, so I was wondering what they're like.
Want to read it together?
Want to read it together?
Really? Oh, but I still have work to do.
Don't worry, Maria. I can handle this crowd. You have fun reading upstairs.
Really?
Yes. You did a very good job today.
Let's read then. There's so many pictures. Are all books like this?
Well, no.
Miss Fabienne taught me how to read a little. She said it helps with keeping the inn running.
You help out every day?
Do you help out every day?
Mm-hmm. It's lots and lots of work, but it's fun too. Plus, I like when people say I'm clever, so I've got to work really, really hard. Papa always says not to go into his room, so I wait for him a lot. I'm good at waiting.
You're strong.
You're a strong girl, Maria.
I know Papa's always busy with work, but I'm happy when he comes home. Thank you. It was fun talking to you.
Let's do this again.
Let's do this again sometime.
Really? You don't mind talking to me? Then it's a promise. You're helping Papa with his job, aren't you? So, be safe. I've heard his job can be really dangerous.
The pure-hearted maiden, Maria.
Oh.
Within her dwells the virtue of the healer.
Okay, didn't expect that.
Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Man, we're just bonding with everyone we meet.
I wonder if Papa will stay for longer this time. It'd be sad if he had to leave right away.
Interesting that... Well, no, never mind. I'm sure it'll work out. I'll ask him to stay. Man. I'm really worried about Grius. Oh, boy. I don't want... I feel like... I'm sure it'll work out. That kind of... I'll ask him to stay, Yeah, let's do that. That'll put the ball in his court.
I'll ask him to stay.
Okay. I think I'll try to read a little bit more, and then I'll go find Miss Fabian and go to bed. Alright, I'll try to read this part now. In this country, the something king hears the voices of the city and protects their way of life.
The enlightened king and the voices of the citizens?
What's this say?
Society's purpose is to protect its citizens. This is a basic principle of this utopia. All are equal, all live in safety, and the rich and poor are as one, with no gaps, no conflict. All are friends, deserving of help. Basically, it's a place where there's no fighting, and everyone always gets along.
Definitely sounds, well, quite unfamiliar.
Wow. Where is this place? No one gets left alone there, right? I wish I could go. Can I read a little more?
We're probably not going to bed anytime soon.
Interesting that they always depict these little
As
story
dawn
segments.
breaks, so begins the procession to the Grand Cathedral.
I just don't want to get interrupted again.
The king's casket has left the castle. The procession will take the main streets to its destination, the Grand Cathedral.
It's interesting that they for all those story sections, it always, and I've commented on it before, but it looks very clearly like it's meant to be looking like our society with the cars and the fact that they all look like normal humans rather than any of the tribes we see here. And yet it is definitely describing a kind of utopia. Although, okay, I'm sure we'll learn more about this writing later, so I probably shouldn't comment on anything about it just yet.
I'll have you blend in with the guards posted there. On my mark, you'll create a distraction. Draw Luis's attention.
What, with the soldiers? But our uniforms are...
I had Fabienne patch them up.
In the state they were in? That must have taken all night. Let me see.
Thanks for keeping Maria company yesterday. I'd appreciate if it wasn't the last time.
Hey, no problem.
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I appreciate it. The girl just has trouble making friends is all.
I mean, I'm not particularly surprised considering, you know, the territory, but well, hopefully that's not always the case.
We're going to split up as soon as we leave. At the Grand Cathedral, we'll pose as guards to cause a commotion. I leave the rest to you.
I'll see to everything here, don't worry.
Papa.
I'll be back tonight. Be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
We'll read more later.
We can read a little more from my book, all right?
Really?
Once we're back, let's all have dinner together.
Yes, please.
Be careful.
See you soon.
All right, gents. Let's do this.
Once it's over, we'll regroup back here at night. I'm counting on you.
Well, at least he's saying he intends to make it back here alive. I really hope he intends to. Oh, man.
We'll do our best.
Good luck, Grius.
Right then. Let's get ourselves ready, then head for the Grand Cathedral.
We're gonna I don't know. What do we do for a distraction? Stroll? Do we start shouting, jumping around, and then he's just gonna run up and shank the guy? I mean, this... Ugh. Local map. Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, now you want to go to the shops, huh?
That reminds me.
Funeral will be packed with country's aristocrats? Yeah, I suppose so.
At last. What is it?
What?
Okay. We've been, defeated by a drunk man. We cannot pass. Oh, hey, more.
Huh.
Peaceful? I'm not sure I'd use that word to describe the situation. I'd say something more like subdued.
It's time. That reminds me.
What was that? Only operates at night.
I'm out of ideas. What am I supposed to do here?
Alright, let's
Now, where was I?
check on more. Stroll, guard me. I know we're in the... we need to be heading to our mark, but... just protect my body as we sit and I read. Hello, cat.
That's a good kitty.
Well then.
What?
All right.
And fearless in the face of change that may not only alter your form, but reveal the heroic qualities you embody, that indeed truly archetypes, yeah?
That means...
Mm-hmm. So you want us to find more friends.
Because you see...
Cultivate the heroic embodiment of the healer.
This one's important.
Okay, forward and prologue. To nurture the strength, I'll need to challenge Luis the Archmage. I should raise the healer archetype to rank 10. This can be completed by anyone. Okay.
Please.
Again, we all seem to be together in this. Let's be supportive. Yeah, leave it to me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But for that... this research...
Memories will return.
How delightful.
An archetype has learned a skill. I can make it inheritable by other archetypes. Okay, another layer of complexity.
Regards. Welcome.
Skill inheritance now available. You can spend mag to unlock previously learned skills and give them to other archetypes. Holy cow, there's just the range of possibilities in the class system is just now feels like there's so much. You can individually set the skills that each archetype inherits. My goodness. Okay, let's not touch that right now. That makes me nervous.
You say it. Now that you say it.
Yeah. Okay, let's study archetypes. Magical support can restore health, kill ailments, and cast light magic. Okay, so it is an additional magic thing. Let's... And it cost 1,000. Warrior was only 500. So, I guess let's get a good... Let's get a start on this thing. Oh, it doesn't use a staff, it uses a mace. Yeah, we'll, let's get started on this quest. We need to get it to rank 10.
I see.
Skills? Light magic, HP for all allies, status ailments for one ally. I forget. What's the difference between status ailments and debuffs? I remember there was physical and mental, but that doesn't seem... Ooh, light dodge, I like that. Oh wow, and then you just start healing every turn at 20. Seems quite powerful. Yeah, let's study this.
Fascinating. This right here. All right.
Wait, what is,
I see.
Recovers HP each time a support attack lands over an incumbent. So that's like the mage. Oh, HP instead of MP. Okay.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
This right. All right.
Yes, please.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm okay with doing that because it is another magical class, and we are mainly magic based.
Really? I found new power.
Yeah. Now, I have a question. Oops.
This power.
Okay, wait. Skill inheritance. Okay, so, yeah, these are from other... Here's what I'm worried... Oh, there's an X for auto-unlock skills. What does that even mean? I don't even remember where Tarukaja comes from. And again, I'm worried, is this a permanent thing or what? Let's just leave it for now. So now we have a physical fighter and healer / light damage. And I only have the 1 damage spell, right? Just the Hama.
What would you care to know?
I think we've seen all that.
That's right.
Inherit. Freely set. Oh, in academic. Harlem's skill specific amount of mag. After paying it, the skill can be added or removed as you like.
What would you care to know?
Okay, maybe, hang on, let's maybe try this.
I've been waiting.
So on my healer, oh, we're only around rank 4 on both of my guys. So we have wind, ice, fire. So here's what, I mean, it would be convenient if I could just, if I unlock one ability here, say sick, or blizz, can I put blizz on then any other class I want freely? Or say I change my archetype to warrior. Do I have to buy the blizz skill again for warrior? I mean, I guess there's only one way to find out, right?
All right.
Let's experiment.
Watch this.
Okay, so now Blizz is there. There's no... Yeah, okay, now there is no...
I have a few skills.
Okay, now what if I...
Do make yourself at home.
I change to Seeker. And now...
This should do.
Okay. So yes, you only need to buy the skill once.
I've been saving this.
All right, we learn. We learn, we develop, we grow stronger. Let's make sure, yeah, Blizz is on there. Okay. Okay, now I have 2 types of attack magic as healer. And since we unlocked it, no? Oh, there it is. Healer. Times yore, there lived heroes who healed all who looked to them for succor, regardless of birth. Their souls together form the power of the healer. Among them, the adept who walks the path of salvation, I dub the cleric, and the elite guardian of all things holy, I dub the savior. Healer archetype is not only peerless in its healing and purification in the battlefield, but is a master of offensive light magic as well. But in choosing to heal, one must sacrifice the strength to harm, or the resilience to act as shield. Let no healer forget this truth.
Right.
Sounds good to me. I'm cool with unlocking the various magic classes, I think.
What would you care to know?
I think that's everything.
Well, now that you say it.
Yeah. Okay, bye, cat. That's not a cat. This is a cat.
Oh. You'll come again.
Okay. Back to this gloomy place. So I look in quest now. Deadline unknown. That's kind of frightening. There's no deadline for this. But this is saying there is a deadline, we just don't know where it is. That's frightening. Oh, do you think the prince could actually succumb to the curse if we don't do this in time? Okay, to nurture the strength, I'll need to challenge Luis the Archmage. I should raise the healer archetype to 10. It's completed by anyone. Yeah, okay. You get a hero's incense, increases imagination. And a hero's imagination is one of these, and we don't know what these mean yet. Also, we did get hero's incense. What is it? Oh, increases archetype by 100. How much is 100 really, though? I mean, I won't know till I try it, right? After 200 AXP. So 100 isn't really that much at all. I mean, we could just use it to get a jump on this quest. Wait, did I use that correctly? Hang on. How do I see... I did use that correctly. Okay.
Alright then.
So, Galaga told me we should look at the stores.
Sod off.
Oh! Oh.
Hey, look, a kid. I don't think we've seen many kids thus far, other than Maria.
Hey, mister.
What kind of bad things, or why is that? Yeah, let's get to the heart of the matter. Why is that? Ah, that's it.
Nice. You've come at a good time. Don't miss your chance to sell now.
Isn't that...
Oh, yeah. We're strapped for money. What's the rate of exchange? On days where the weather is bad.
Looking to sell, are you?
Okay, it's 1 to 2 right now. Let's not mess with that. Okay, so how do I tell? The weather's just cloudy. Sometimes I see when it's raining, I think it on the right, it's purple looking. Maybe that means weather's bad. Let's wait and check again when it's a different symbol. So cloudy is 1 to 2. Spado Smithy. Oh my goodness, this is... this place looks, well, armed to the teeth, which is what you'd expect for a weapon shop, but still, I'm not... Looks more than what I was expecting for this area.
Hello there. What do you think?
Okay. Appraise. Can't appraise anything. Man, that seems like a lot. So yeah, it's only weapons.
Now then.
I always get paranoid with
Now then.
selling things. Like, I don't know... So, we have evidence where, with the mag, where there's a conversion rate. But there doesn't appear to be any sort of conversion rate on these things.
Now then.
So maybe I should just be selling everything and anything. Do you think that's an okay thing to just Google? To just ask the internet, is it okay to just sell junk?
Now then.
Or is that... Or I guess it depends on whether you think certain game mechanics
Now then.
count as spoiler. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll look it up at some point.
So?
And I just realized, because it looks like because Grius is no longer in the party.
What now?
I can use this. Defense up, evasion up. That seems very nice. Wait. I can't? Oh, there we go. Why did it do that? Or was he wearing it? Oh, he was already wearing it. Never mind. Pardon me. Okay, I was just confused. Never mind. Oh.
Hey, listen.
Oh.
Welcome. What is it?
Uh-huh. Iron mail. Guard jacket. Apprentice surcoat. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm always too stingy. but I just can't help myself. Oh. Gold beetle, that's not the first one we found. What are they again? Okay, it looks like some kind of collectible, but we don't precisely know who it's for yet.
Hey, see there. Hey?
Orden, eh?
Oh, come off it.
Suspicious glow. Oh, my goodness. How about that? Oh, wait, there's another one. Lady, let me back there. Let me back there. There's a thing.
It's time. And what is it you want? Oh, but which action?
Alright, so we need to visit this place again. Parchwater. Okay, I guess we should remember. Ariadne's thread, good reference. Essential for use it to return to the dungeon entrance. Makes sense. Seems very cheap too. Look, paralysis. Cures charm, cures paralysis, cures poison. We got various medicines. Really, no MP restore pills? I would have bought those. I mean, again, I don't know what we're going to be heading into just yet, so we have a lot of medicine right now. I think that's fine.
Hey?
All right then.
You keep away from me.
And just because I'm curious...
Sod off.
Okay, so we can go up here. Just wanted to see if there's any new conversations up here.
Beg pardon?
Whatever will I do?
That's terribly unfair.
But what is there to do now?
That's terribly unfair.
The Grand Cathedral, why?
Oh my, that's a lot of people.
Oi!
Come off it. Excuse me.
Just can't stand it.
Yeah, we heard there was a band on Gauntlet Runners.
You!
Oh, we can go in here now.
What a mess.
Oi there! Just can't believe it's true. Thank you kindly. What am I gonna do, eh?
Okay.
Excuse me.
You are.
All right. Nothing to see.
Oi there!
I'm guessing it's probably going to be a similar case for all the stores on this street.
Blimey.
Whatever will I do?
Is the king gone forever? Beg pardon?
My.
All right then.
My. Isn't this grand?
If I may. Awful big britches for an elder.
Oh yeah, we can go in here now too. Wow, this is fancy.
Ridiculous.
I know a bit. Well, thank you for taking the time to explain it to me. The country yokel that I am. How very kind of you, sir.
Incredible.
We did see they were kind of necklaces, so it is kind of funny that the igniters do take the shape of jewelry. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
This?
I mean, we technically don't need igniters because we have the magical hero magic. But that's unacceptable.
What?
The lady we saw. Okay, we need to get in good with her and then we can buy igniters. But again, I'm not sure why we would want to.
Awful big britches for an elder.
Oh.
Closerie. Closerie.
Can we go in here? Yes, we can. You know, we did have a couple items that it said it needed to be purified, I think.
Closerie. Let us share our faith.
If my wisdom were informed, I could ask the church to purify my equipment. Certain equipment can be taken by the church purified, after which born anew with enhanced capabilities, special effects. Unlock purify by raising wisdom. Okay.
Pray with me. Let us share our faith.
And they sell cures. Oh my goodness, 5,000 for a revive and full heal. So how do we raise... Well, I guess through quests, because that's how we raise the other virtue, if we get healer to rank 10. But I don't think that's even the right virtue, so not sure how we do that. Well,
All right then.
I think we're ready to go. Stroll, get ready. We're going in. Let's make another save. I feel nervous.
All right then.
Where does that path go?
Dreadful. Dreadful.
Wow.
Hey, bud.
You there?
Oh, he just sells some random things.
Bye-bye now.
Interesting.
Yeah, amazing.
You're not serious.
All right then.
Nothing down here, I guess. Where does that go? Oh, that probably goes to the, yeah, Sunshade Row. This is where I backtracked from.
Oh. Now, how did I wind up here?
Hey, mister!
All right then.
Oh, there it is. There's the sucker right there.
Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me.
Stay there.
Oh my goodness. It's quite a thing to say. Yeah, it's quite a disrespectful thing to say. Though he agrees.
Proper aces.
Whoa.
Gone to shite, this has.
What should I do? Actually,
Beto meat. Cooking ingredient. There's cooking in this game. Oh, hey. Hello there.
It's quite fresh.
Water. $1,000. You're crazy.
Fancy a chat?
Oh my.
Memorandum on something. Yeah, that was the lady I was talking about. She's got quite a unique design. Oh man, that's a lot of people.
Oh, dear
Oh,
me.
there.
Probably can't run in here.
Let's not.
Yeah, thought so.
Simply amazing.
Yeah, of course.
My oh
Oh,
my.
hey, there's the guy.
Oh my.
Cuculus?
My oh my.
That is a name, I suppose. Well, I think that's everything. Okay. Let's get in there.
Got it? All right.
Lots of lords and nobles. Some generals, too. All the big names are here.
Can you see Grius?
I can pick him out. Although I don't see Luis around.
Look there!
The call. What is this?
Well, that's quite an entrance.
Isn't that the flower straight from the king's garden? And a common-blooded man bearing them to a funeral? Does the man know no shame? That's tantamount to declaring himself royalty.
You barbarian!
Your fool of a king is dead. Disillusioned by vain aristocrats and simpering clergy, he withered and died under his own weakness.
The audacity!
How can he say that?
This is madness at the king's own funeral.
Lord Louis speaks true. The nobles are to blame.
Name the guilty!
But open your eyes, and you will see the crisis in our nation. I will show you truth, the truth of reality. You've all been sheltered, blinded by walls of stone. Behold a human corpse. They are no mere rumor. They lurk and nest across the very land you call home.
Oh my goodness.
A fortress at the border was raised by a human mere days ago. How long before we're overrun? You can only blame your king's weakness. And thus, who deserves his crown? A man of proven strength!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood? The dead cannot be betrayed. Let your late king's soul bear witness. Let Louis Squeerburn be named the true and rightful ruler of Uchronia.
Hey, what do we...
What's happening?
Such power. It can't be.
The palace!
It's flying? What?
this be? The king's own magic?
I am Hithlodius the Fifth.
His Majesty?
The people of my land desire a new king, and I shall provide.
Did he just say Hithlodius the Fifth? That face? It can't be. His Majesty, the King? How?
Is it him? He was dead? Why?
Be silent! Let him say his piece.
Heed me, O kingless. Time is finite before my soul departs this benighted world. In 4 moons of life past death, there shall come a reckoning, a day of the hero. Upon that day, whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
By right of kings? The faith of the citizenry? Truly?
From the lofty heavens shall my unfading soul look down upon thee, and from the whispered hopes of thine anxious hearts shall those to whom thine allegiances lie be laid bare.
What's happening?
I hear thy voices ring out in clarion truth. Here and now witness the faces of those most desired to become king.
It's Forden. Count Louise! Count Louise is there too!
They're all candidates.
Ha! What glorious spectacle! The mantle of king is mine by right and providence.
You go too far, Louis. We gather to mourn his majesty, and you desecrate it. You would befoul the throne, blackguard.
So be it. Shall we test that? Good people, is Forden truly fit to be king? Or shall you cast off the shackles of blind faith? We need not be chained to birth or trial. In my world, we are a people equal and united. I shall be your shield from the human menace. Together, peace is within our grasp.
When my village burned, the church did nothing. There's no way we can fight those monsters alone.
And those of us in bonds? Will we too be protected?
Don't be fooled! He's not the man you think he is!
Hey, look! Luis, he's catching up to Forden!
Can the giant thing really see what we're thinking?
Louis, you've led the people's hearts astray!
No future exists without the power to eliminate the human crisis. Those who stand at my side, who oppose the powers that be, my protection is yours. Or refuse my hand and perish. I will lead us over your corpses.
You mean, just as you killed the king?
A country is heavier than a crown, and he could not bear it. Retribution past due.
You vile...
He cares nothing for the blood on his hands.
Damn you, Louis! You think you truly deserve the crown? You doom us all! I won't stand for it!
Hey, who are you?
Silence him!
A kingslayer deserves only death!
A riot!
Hey!
Yes, good! You need to go too.
Where's Grius?
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, he's going for it.
Alcest?
I shall not suffer the defiance of my people's will. In my name art thou punished.
Punished? Impressive. One of the royal family's dog. Rather poetic, I suppose. See how he has rewarded your loyalty.
Ah.
I warned you. This is the price of defiance. Though I hadn't expected the king's own magic on my side. So be it. Rally behind me. I will shield you from injustice. Rise above birth and circumstance, for they mean nothing.
Count Luis is our only
What
hope!
choice do we have? He'll kill any against him.
Not much of a choice. Upon the day of the hero, whosoever has most earned my people's faith shall ascend upon my throne to rule, according to my judgment. Be thou criminal, pauper, or noble, thy claim is decided not by stature or trial. I shall bear witness. From this heavenly seat I am nigh omnipotent. Look to the faces carved upon this rock, and see thou the faces of the chosen. I shall brook no sabotage or obstruction of this trial. Let all hear me and obey.
Oh, Grius.
Damned!
Hey, Grius! Grius! Damn it! Luis!
Alsus.
The sun sets on old fossils. It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis as king.
Who are you?
Stand down!
Damned meddlers. So your wish is to die, is it? Your bones will be monuments to Lord Luis's glory!
Oh, just necromancy.
Defiles the dead!
Ah, but Lord Luis has sent me here on an important errand.
What errand?
It seems I'll need considerable time to accumulate the magla. Until it's done, however, I'm afraid I'll have to borrow the cathedral. The day the king's mourning ends will become the day of calamity. If you mean to interfere, then die.
This has taken a turn.
Stand strong! The souls of the dead do not return. He manipulates them as puppets with foul magic.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Okay, we're just in it. I don't get time to just calm down and digest what happened.
What the hell is this?
Stroll, get a hold of yourself. We've got company.
Pathetic. Got to stay calm. Calm. Damn it, I can't focus.
Anxiety. Or when you see, okay, ambushed or critical hit. Oh man, that's a powerful ailment.
Sorry about that. I'll be all right.
Here they come. Brace yourselves.
Well, this seems bad.
His anxiety is spiking. Keep the enemies off him.
By this power.
Let's try light magic. I feel like that would be good against undead, right?
Flare!
And it is.
I can't. Spare me.
Oh, he just does it by himself. Okay, good. That's good.
I can't.
So I can still use it, I just can't target.
Let's go. Flare!
Okay. That was much more intimidating than it was actually dangerous.
Where'd that man go? Did he take soldiers into the cathedral?
There should be a mausoleum nearby. Could you take his body there?
Yes, right away.
What name did you call him? And I don't know what your name is either.
Take care with him, please. He was a dear friend. He gave his all for the king. For the royal bloodline. The least he deserves is dignity in death. My name is Hulkenberg. I have a question for you.
Hulkenberg.
That power you wield, it is not something they teach in the army. You are no ordinary soldier.
And you? You're clearly more than a guard captain.
I am a knight in the crown's service. Commanding the guard is not my station's duty, but these are dire times.
A knight?
And you pretend at soldiery. But that matter can wait. Alsace seemed to know you.
Yeah. Who's that?
Who is Alsace?
We'll have time for debate after we apprehend that mage. He's after the royal scepter, I'm sure of it.
The royal scepter?
Please, someone, help! Please help. I've still got family inside.
Did he trap civilians in the cathedral?
Yes, my family, and more.
I don't envy their chances if he finds them helpless.
I am honor-bound as a knight to answer that plea. I would ask your aid as well, if you might give it.
Does it not tarnish the Royal Knights to enlist the aid of strangers?
Stroll, I don't think this is the time to...
I haven't the luxury of refusing able fighters.
This is clearly a horrific crisis that is unfolding in front of us. I think we should just...
If I turn back here, I'd never be able to face Grius. Any objections, my friend?
None that would stop you. It's gonna... No, I mean, I agree. Let's go. Let's help.
None that would stop you, I expect.
You know me so well already. Let's just watch out for those accursed skeletons.
Oh boy.
Gotta hurry.
Over here!
Hold it.
Okay, well this is, Military can handle it. Our aid is needed most within the cathedral. Okay. I feel like this is the start of a dungeon. So, even though I can't save, I feel like I should stop here. Hopefully, if I stop here, there'll be an autosave. It'll be a learning opportunity. So, let's take this time just to sort of digest what just happened here. I was expecting Grius to die, but certainly not in that way. Okay, so I wasn't, so I was thinking Luis was already just going to be here, but no, he showed up in a flying machine. Just kind of, you know, revealed his intent in that he, you know what I'm noticing? You notice how when we're standing still, it looks like we just sort of absorb magla or mana or something. Anyway. And then he drops a huge human corpse. You know, reveals that essentially he's the one that killed the king. Even though a lot of people suspected it already. And so that was already much more crazy than I was expecting. But then the royal palace starts floating, and underneath is the former king's face? And it it's the king's spirit, but it's almost like maybe it'd be more accurate to say it's the royal magic or the royal lineage, because it seems to be operating not like an automaton, but it's acting at the behest of the people's will. And we saw that most clearly when it defended Luis from Grius's attack. It stopped him because Luis he has one of the largest amounts of support in the kingdom to be the next king. So, sensing that, the king's magic prevented his death. Even though I'm sure the king in actuality may not, want to protect his assassin. I wonder what that means for how this works exactly. Is it, you need a certain, what percentage of people's faith do you need in the kingdom in order to be counted as a candidate and thus receive protection from the royal magic? Because that seems like quite an advantage. I mean, how much you think? Like 10%? 20%? 30%? How much? Because if you get past that certain marker, then it looks like, the royal magic will just protect you from all attack, which seems pretty dang good, if I may say so. So, I mean, of the candidates, the two clear ones right now are Forden and Luis. I mean, if we have to support one, it'd be Forden, I think. I think we need to talk with that guy. We need to... I don't know exactly what his stance was, but he's clearly opposed to Luis having killed the king. And it looks like he wants to be king himself. Or at least he wants to be king instead of Luis. I mean, does he know about the state the prince is in? I mean, now that kind of the gauntlet's been thrown down, I feel like Forden could be an ally. He is head of the Sanctus Church, which is against us in particular, but, I mean, surely, if he knew about the prince, and the fact that the prince was attacked by Luis, he should be able to overlook the fact that we're part of the organization, right? I mean, we need to start working on an anti-Luis coalition here. Man. And then we had... I was confused for a second because it was another Scottish accent that we heard. And I saw that guy walk out and I was like, Grius, did you come back alive and grow out your hair and lose your shirt? What was going on there? But no, that was a different person. And that person seems like they may be, massacring a huge cathedral's worth of people right now, so that's horrifying. And, okay, necromancy exists in this world. Good to know. Yeah, that was a shock. Should we do... Necromancer. Should we do a memorandum wrap-up? Yeah, let's do a memorandum wrap... Face rock, my goodness. Let's do a memorandum wrap up, and then we'll call it for the day. And then next time, hopefully there's an autosave. If there's not, then I'll just play up to this point again, and we'll start from here. We finally met that lady, Olkenberg. It's quite a name. Okay, Magla Accumulator, a device that gathers Magla crystals too small or impure for use and refines them into Magla crystals of sufficient quality for use in magic igniters. It has a number of open pipes that extend outwards and is sometimes accompanied by a floating terminal device, mainly stationed in areas where large amounts of people gather, such as Grand Trad or other cities. The pipes and floating terminal collect Magla from the atmosphere. The amount collected is marginal because the technology is new. The quality of the crystals produced are far cry from good, but they're sufficient for igniters and are linked to the increased efficiency in igniter production, which until now has always required natural crystals. Though unpopular with most of the nobility who see them as an eyesore, they are viewed favorably by most, the main reason being that crystals produced by signiters can be sold. This alleviates the discontent of those who feel deprived of the opportunity to make use of the Magla that exists within everyone, as igniters and magic education are too expensive. Okay, magic. The royal magic of the previous king. The late Hithlodius V was the first king to invoke the royal magic in several hundred years. None could have foreseen the consequences. Or could have foreseen its consequences, as it was planned in secrecy and was to be triggered only after his death? Its activation threw the capital into chaos. Wow. Okay, so this was all a plan. That kind of feels like this was... Is that not a bit of a spoiler? in the memorandum? I feel like that's something we should have learned in the story itself. Because at least, or maybe it was said and I missed it, because it felt more like that was kind of like an automated thing. Although presumably, I mean, it's not like this has happened after the death of every previous king, right? So yeah, this is something different than, this doesn't automatically happen after the death of a king. I was thinking mainly because the prince is indisposed because of the curse, and the king died, and so because there was no potential vessel for the royal magic to go to, then it sort of just activated on its own. But no, I guess this was secretly planned in advance. Okay. The magic he invoked was peculiar. He called for a competition of the people's support, stating that the crown would be conferred to whoever could win the most faith among the populace, regardless of birth or circumstance, at the end of a designated period. In addition, in order to monitor the competition, other phenomena occurred, including the royal palace floating into the sky, the giant face of the king peering from beneath it, and the mysterious stones throughout the kingdom that depict those with the most support. No one yet knows the full extent of his magic. I have a question. Are there people in that palace? Because, you know, you imagine a palace has guards and servants and all that sort of stuff. Are there people stuck up there? I kind of... I mean, hopefully not, but if there are, kind of feel bad for them. Face rock. Peculiar giant rocks with candidates' faces on them appeared throughout the kingdom around the same time the royal magic was evoked. Evidence suggests they were created by royal magic. The general understanding is that candidates' faces appear in prominence based on the public approval rating, and the rocks constantly alter in response to changes in those rankings. Apparently, candidates higher in ranking take up more of the rock's surface. Wow, okay, this is insane. I mean, there's a logic to it, but this whole situation is insane. Regolith Grand Cathedral. The enormous cathedral built in the royal capital around the same time Sanctism was established as a state religion, which is pretty recent, if I recall. Wasn't it Hithlodius V who made it the state religion? How in the world did they build it so quickly? The largest structure in the entire kingdom, it boasts a scale far surpassing any other Sanctus construction. The land on which it was built was the former cemetery of the Ukrainian royal family. The highest point of the building soars past the palace by a large margin. Many feel the comparative grandeur of the cathedral implies the authority of the sanctism exceeds that of the royal family, which has nettled more than a few older citizens. Day of the Hero. An annual holiday on October 27th. Oh, I just realized, October. So the months... The days of the week are named differently, but I guess in this world... That's kind of funny. They said, days of the week? Yeah, we'll give them new names, but months? Nah, we'll just keep them the same. Keep it simple. That's kind of funny. An annual holiday on October 27th of the Ukrainian calendar, celebrating the three kingdoms of Ukrainia, Oceania or Oceania, and Montario as one united kingdom, as it remains to this day. More precisely, it celebrates the day the first king of the United Kingdoms was coronated. The titular hero refers to the then king of Ukrainia who put an end to the Annex War. The former king Hythlodaeus V may have chosen this day to mark the end of the struggle for the throne because of his historical significance, a momentous day marking the kingdom's rebirth. Slave classes. A class of people considered so low across the kingdom that no one can be born into it, rather, it is a restriction on citizenship imposed as a form of punishment for crimes. The criminal becomes the legal property of another for a fixed sentence, and during this period, any action that leads to the slave's death, participation in additional crime, or even self-harm will result in the owner being charged. Interesting. So, slavery is legal. And it seems to be a criminal sentence. I know in past cultures and societies, slavery has existed across the whole world for all of history, but the form in which it takes can be different. So there were instances where people could sell themselves into slavery to pay back a debt, and then of course there are things like chattel slavery and where they're captured and forced into it. So in this world, it's at least if we're going off the single page of this memorandum, slavery is specifically a criminal. It is a punishment for crimes. And yet whoever becomes the... So is there... Yeah, for a fixed sentence. So there will be a period of time where you serve, and then you're allowed to... you are freed. During that time, the owner will be... The owner is responsible for you. So it's not that you're seen as just property to do with as the owner wishes. Okay. Interesting world building there. Water merchant. Merchants who sell precious potable water, especially vital in Grand Trad, where lack of water is a chronic issue because of heavy desertification. Yeah, so this was something I noted in the first episode, the fact that the area outside the city looks so barren. So desertification, that certainly implies that it wasn't always the case that it was barren outside the city. So how recent a process is that? Water merchants know where safe water sources exist and how to purify drinking water, and do not reveal their trade secrets to others. In times of disaster or extreme drought, water can be valued higher than gold. majority of water merchants are Parapus who have no qualms with the arduous labor of their profession demands. Excuse me. Fabienne Volpus, proprietress of the Hushed Honeybee Inn, a tavern and inn located in the back streets of Grand Trad. A beautiful Parapus woman of good character. She has a common law marriage with Grius and thinks of his child Maria as her own. Yeah, I was wondering. See, interesting. Common law marriage. Yeah, so they've just lived together for such amount of time that they're just seen as legally married. I see. But I thought something like that could be the case, but I didn't think they were actually, romantically involved. And also just because, Parapus plus Roag equals an Iksha. Again, I'm not sure if that's what they're called, but I think that's what they're called. That didn't make sense to me. So, but okay, I'm sure we'll talk with her more. Maria Alsis. Okay, so that's his last name, Grius Alsis. Grius' daughter, part Roag, part Ishkia. Okay, it's Ishkia, not Iksha. Ishkia. Okay. Half-blood. Okay, there we go. Half-breed, half-blood. Okay, this is more world building. She lives at the Hushed Honeybee Inn in Grand Trad, where Fabienne takes care of her. A cheerful and lovable girl, she helps out in the inn at night, but is often discriminated against for being half-blood, resulting in a lack of friends her own age. Okay. Very interesting. So clearly the tribes, again, if we're talking in terms of race or species, they're not so far apart that they can't interbreed. Necromancer, a man clad in black who appears to be one of Luis's closest aides. Certain physical characteristics of his suggest he's a half-blood, such as a single Clamar horn and the eye on his forehead that doesn't open. It's said he's powerful enough to single-handedly defeat a wave of oncoming soldiers, but more terrifying is his ability to magically manipulate the deceased's remains into undead soldiers. Using manipulation magic on people's remains is considered a highly monstrous act. I'm not surprised. And mages who engage in it, called necromancers, lose all social standing. To wit, the upper echelons of Grand Trad society were aghast that Luis would leave such a madman unsupervised at all, much less at the royal funeral for the late king. Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly that's not a good move in terms of his popularity, I think, but it didn't seem like he was... It seemed like he was thinking he'd just march in, take control, and forcefully, too. He was planning to, with this guy, to invade the cathedral, get the royal scepter, and just force everyone into submission. But the royal magic has upset that plan. I mean, I'm sure Luis is now calculating what to do next. But when news of this necromancy gets out, I think that's going to have a detrimental effect on his popularity. Clovis V. The kingdom of Uchronia's former king, prior to his assassination by Luis, he arranged for his death to trigger the royal magic, which prompted a competition for the throne's succession in which every member of the kingdom was eligible, thus ushering in a time of unprecedented turmoil and uncertainty. Yeah, no kidding. His early reign was marked by substantial efforts to uphold his high-minded ideals, but his authority gradually diminished over the years. After the prince was attacked and presumed dead, he became an empty husk of his former self and stopped participating in politics. That he would prepare an elaborate, bizarre magic spell in secret, completely defying his style of reign until then, came as a complete shock to his subjects, further adding to the disarray. Currency. The reeve is a standardized unit of currency in the kingdom of Uchronia. Comes in several denominations marked by size, shape, and type of coin, and ranges in value from large gold coins to average silver coins to various copper coins to submit to subunit amounts. Largest denomination of a reeve is Uchronian ingot, or ingot? That's the same word. Equivalent to 20,000 reeve, it is rectangular in shape, fitted with special stone to prevent forgery, and rarely seen to its high value. Ukrainian gold coin, or gold, again, same word, equals 5,000 reeve. Circular golden coin bearing the likeness of the first king of Ukrainia, who is extolled as the merciful king. Silver coins come in two variations. The first, called silver, is Ukrainian silver coin. You would find it. It is round, shaped, bears the crest of the Ukrainian royal family. Second is the regolith silver coin, is a relatively new denomination equal to 1,000 reeve, commonly known as church silver. It was issued by the crown theocracy to commemorate both the state's adoption of sanctism as its official religion and the construction of the regolith Grand Cathedral. It is the same triangular shape as the Sanctus crest, serves to reinforce the political power of the Sanctus Church. Copper coins have been in circulation across all three countries since before the annexation, continue to be used today. There is no uniform value for them, and they're mainly used for exchanging nominal amounts too small for silver. These qualities, as well as how rarely they are counterfeit, have led to them remaining unregulated. All copper coins are round in shape, feature various designs. The most common coin in circulation is Ukrainian standard. There are many featuring geography from Oceania and Montario as well. Calendar. Kingdom of Ukraine uses a 5-day week in its calendar: Flames Day, Waters Day, Arbor's Day, Metals Day, and finally Idols Day. There are 365 days in a year and 12 months. Each month is 6 weeks, except for December, which is 7, the last of which is called Idols Week and is treated as a week of rest. Okay. Names of calendar days are based on the creation myths of sanctism, thus Idols Day is intended for rest and prayer. Likewise, the entire kingdom spends Idols Week in preparation for a prosperous new year. This said, towns, villages, and areas where sanctism has much less influence have their own customs and names. Royal flower. A white flower associated with the Ukrainian royal family, also depicted as the national coat of arms. Though beloved by Ukrainians for generations as a sign of respect of the royal family, it is now customary to refrain from using the flower in familial celebrations. Until some decades ago, colonies of the flowers could be seen on Grand Trad, or around Grand Trad, but have since been lost because of the rapid expansion of the Tradia Desert. It is said few natural colonies exist in present day. Knights. A mark of esteem granted by the Kingdom of Ukrainia in recognition of one's military merit, humanitarian efforts, scholastic achievement, or other noteworthy accomplishments. Those who have been knighted vow to uphold their powers in chivalric spirit, and today many knights also vow to defend the Sanctus faith, viewing it as an intrinsic part of their noble duty after it was instated as the state religion. Knights are respected in society and enjoy various privileges to match their high status. However, if any knight conducts themselves in a manner contrary to chivalric value, they are deemed as disloyal to the king and thus heavily condemned. Knights turned criminals are commonly called fallen knights and lose all social credibility. Knights may be armed, but not necessarily members of the army. For example, royal knights serve the royal palace directly under the king. They may participate in the armies under the king's command, but they are not subject to the whims of the military. Interestingly, they don't appear to be landholders, which is an interesting difference. A Chanibien tavern and inn located in the back streets of Grand Trad, managed by a therapist named Fabien, that acts as Grius's secret base of operations. The first floor is known to be an unofficial meeting place for the minority tribes to gather and exchange information. Fabienne is generally aware of Grius's covert operations and occasionally even lends her cooperation. At the tavern, Fabienne prepares delectable dishes from her hometown, and her food is highly popular. And redgrass roasted bidou, culinary specialty from the hometown of Fabienne, hostess at the Honeybee Inn. Roasted with zesty spices and redgrass herbs, this aromatic poultry dish is supposedly so addictive, one bite will make you crave it for life. Many customers frequent Honeybee to indulge in this meal alone. A hidden gem of Sunshade Row. Okay. Yes, that's gonna be it for me. Alright, I know we just took some time to digest, but I'm still gonna need to recover, I think, from that madness. Yeah. Let's all pour one out for Grius. He gone too soon, I think. He seemed like a real one, you know? Gave his life for the king, for the cause, for the prince. We're gonna remember him. And because we promised, we will most definitely look after Maria. That's the least we could do, you know. That's something we'll take care of, I'm sure. All right. I hope all of you are doing well. I've been the Worm. This has been Metaphor ReFantazio. ReFantazio. I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.